After measuring out the wheelbase and looking at the wheels from all sides, 22 inches is a safe number, safe cube to balance things on. In summary, we have 5 inches between the wheels and the bottom of the car. We want a modular design because if we immediately lift one side of the car and have it at an angle, it's going to bump into this 22 by 22 piece of wood. So these guys have to be divisible in the middle. The cubes are also much more manageable weight-wise when they're modular. We're going to need at least 20 inches for the transmission drop, so we need at least 10 levels here going on. We're making 2 interlocking boxes of 2x4s that are 5 layers tall. The top first layer is made of 2x8s to support the wheel. To join the top box and the bottom box, place interlocking 2x4s that don't count as a layer on the bottom half. Ultimately, this is how much wood you would need to buy if you didn't have any scrap laying around. We sourced all of our wood for free from Facebook Marketplace postings where people tear up old decks, and you can get a lot of pressure treated wood for free that way. You just have to go out with a trailer and haul it back. We can start laying these out. So since I know these are 22 by 22, I'll lay these out like so. What we'll do is we'll build first the platform with 3 pieces of wood on this. So I've done one as an example to show you. I've done it like this. The weight of the wheel will be distributed across 3 pieces of board, which is better. They're still all going to end up interlocked because we'll have boards underneath. So what we should do then shortly is we flip them over, drill into them. We should pick out a screw size that works right here. So let me go ahead and pick some screws up now. Too short? Just right. That should be fine. What we are getting. These 2 are going to be holding the wheel, and basically we make a Jenga tower. Those nice 2x4s that we've made. We have a thicker board in the middle on each edge for the top layer, and then just 2x4, 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 2x4. Stack of raw material. 2 assembled thingies upside down. All the boards neatly organized. With these things assembled, we get a kind of pallet structure here, and then in total, we want to get 5 levels of lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upside down, this is the kind of pallet structure that it looks like. 1, 2, 3, and the additional main thicker brace in support in the middle with the 2 small ones on the side. 2 special levels, 3 regular levels. It is a little heavy. 5 levels is liftable. If we carry it over there, we have our pallet results, and we can walk on them too. No wobble. And then next up, we're going to label each one of these specifically, going to interlock. We're going to flip them over and make an interlocking complementary piece. So this is a supply/inventory check. So in making the modular pieces, I'm observing we might not have enough. So I'm going to go make more. Another day in peaceful South Carolina. These are actually good for holding your extra pieces of scrap wood as well, in addition to cars. Now that we've made more material, what we're going to do is make the modular lower levels to these things. Because the gap might be ever so minutely different between the bottom 2x4s, we're going to want to flip. First, we're going to want to label each of these. So for example, front left, front right, left, rear right. And once we flip them over, we're going to match the 2x4s to them, which I will show shortly. We're going to see those things upside down. We're going to match the 2x4s to the bottom spaces on these top level support modular thingies. So I'll show you shortly exactly what I mean. So this is the rear right. Once we flip it over, this is where the wheel goes, exposing our nice lattice pattern. We're going to keep building this lattice pattern, but once we've raised it 5 levels, we are not going to attach the subsequent level. And what that's going to do is let us modularize it. We also have these extra scrap pieces that might fit the build quite nicely instead of 2x4s that you can use as well. Rather do it like this so that this modular design can't wiggle either way. So I'm leaving a small gap here and then just using a third piece here because this will be more than sufficient. Cool. 1 more inch because online it says that for the transmission you need at least 20 inches and the wheel adds 5, so we need at least 15 of lift on this. And voila! A couple of hours later, we've got our fully modular, I don't even know what to call them, wheel wooden block stands for our car. So each one is individually labeled. Front right, front left, rear right, rear left. And so in order to we'll jack up one side at a time, and in order to not hit anything on the underside of the car, let me flip this one over. We have an interlocking mechanism here, as described previously. And there we go. So we get the front first on these mini parts, then we put the back on the tall parts, then we raise the front, and then remove the entire thing, put in the entire module. It'll be easier to show in the video, so let's roll that. Also, before I forget, let me actually post the weight and demonstrate that all of these things are actually liftable. So I'm getting the weights now, and we will show you shortly how much the actual thing weighs to show that you can actually pick it up, move it around, that it is a versatile design. Here's the top piece's weight. One-handed lifting is a little tight, but not impossible. 53.6 pounds for the top one. Bottom piece. One-handed is lighter. I'm gonna guess 44 pounds. 40.9. These are the ones I use. I can highly recommend them. Also, do not forget to put your car in first speed and put the brake on. It's a little cold outside, so the current conundrum is by half an inch. The rear boards are not holding it by half, like not letting the wheel through. This isn't fitting by half an inch because of the wheels, and it seems like this suspension is lower, even though the front ones. You want to be too careful not to tilt the car too much because those 2x4s, we don't want the car to roll forward since the brakes are on the rear. But yeah, we're gonna get 2x4s. We're gonna put them under the jack points. That'll buy us the half an inch we need, get it higher, and finally get us on those rear wheels. Let's go. Dad's in the car. The exhaust is not fully connected. Some metal brackets need to still go on. But this is the first pull with the new clutch.